1. Which of the following is the primary component of propane? A. Methane. B. Ethane. C. Butane. D. Propane. 2. What is the maximum allowable vapor pressure for propane at 100 degrees Fahrenheit? A. 110 psi. B. 0.130 psi. C. 140 psi. D. 200 psi. 3. In the context of propane storage, what does the term pressure relief valve refer to? A. A valve that prevents gas from escaping the cylinder. B. A valve that releases excess pressure to avoid explosion. C. A valve used to regulate the flow of propane into appliances. D. A valve that reduces the temperature of the gas. 4. Which of the following best describes the flash point of propane? A. Minus 156 degrees Fahrenheit. B. Minus 44 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 0 degrees. D. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 5. When installing a propane tank, which of the following safety measures should be prioritized? A. Positioning the tank near a heat source. B. Ensuring proper grounding and bonding. C. Mounting the tank in a well-ventilated area. D. Keeping the tank indoors. 6. What is the key difference between liquid propane and propane vapor? A. Liquid propane is lighter than vapor. B. Liquid propane is used for refrigeration. C. Propane vapor is stored at higher pressures. D. Liquid propane is stored and transported at lower pressures. 7. Which of the following is a common indicator of a propane leak? A. Unusual noise from the appliance. B. A strong odor similar to rotten eggs. C. An increase in pressure within the cylinder. D. A yellow flame color when burning. 8. What is the primary role of a gas regulator in propane systems? A. To control the temperature of the propane. B. To measure the volume of propane used. C. To reduce the pressure of propane to a safe level. To filter impurities from the propane. 9. Which federal agency is primarily responsible for regulating propane safety? A. Federal Communications Commission, FCC. B. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. C. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. D. Department of Transportation, DOT. 10. What does the term vaporization rate refer to in propane systems? A. The amount of propane that evaporates from the liquid state to vapor. B. The speed at which propane is injected into an appliance. C. The temperature at which propane boils. A volume of propane used by an appliance. 11. Which of the following safety measures should be taken when transferring propane into a portable tank? A. Transfer propane only outdoors or in well-ventilated areas. E. Ensure the tank is kept at high temperatures during the transfer. Keep the transfer hose in direct contact with the ground. D. Wear insulated gloves to prevent frostbite. 12. How should propane cylinders be stored to prevent accidents? A. In direct sunlight. B. In an upright position away from heat sources. C. Lying down in a well-ventilated area. D. In an airtight room to maintain pressure. 13. When conducting a leak test on a propane system, which solution should be used to check for bubbles? A. Soapy water solution. B. Alcohol-based solution. C. Vinegar solution. D. Hydrogen peroxide solution. 14. What should be done if a propane system is leaking gas? A. Attempt to repair the leak immediately. B. Shut off the gas supply, evacuate the area, and call for professional help. C. Turn off all electrical appliances. D. Close all windows to prevent the gas from escaping. 15. Which of the following is a common use of propane in residential settings? A. Heating water in solar panels. B. Cooking with electric stoves. C. Operating gas-powered appliances such as water heaters. D. Running air conditioning systems. 16. How often should propane tanks be inspected for safety? Once every 5 years. Once every 10 years. C. Once every 3 years. D. As needed, based on the manufacturer's recommendation. 17. What is the danger of overfilling a propane tank? A propane may freeze during cold weather. E. The tank may rupture due to excess pressure. C. The tank may lose its odorant. D. The propane will evaporate too quickly. 18. What is the proper way to dispose of an empty propane cylinder? A. Burn it in a fireproof container. B. Leave it in a recycling bin. C. Take it to a certified propane retailer or disposal center. D. Bury it in the ground. 19. In the context of propane, what does the term BTU stand for? A. British Thermal Unit. B. Big Thermal Underground. C. Base Tension Unit. D. Boiler Thermal Utility. 20. What is the main purpose of the odorant added to propane? A. To make the propane burn more efficiently. B. To help detect leaks by giving propane a strong smell. C. To increase the energy content of propane. D. To make the propane less flammable. 21. Which of the following is required when transporting propane in a vehicle? A. The tank must be placed in a completely sealed compartment. B. The tank must be secured to prevent movement during transport. C. The tank should be kept in an unventilated area. D. The tank should be placed near the engine for quick access. 22. What is the most common material used for propane gas cylinders? A. Stainless steel. B. Aluminum. C. Copper. D. Steel. 23. How should propane be stored in areas with extreme temperatures? A. Propane should be kept indoors at all times. It should be stored in a well-ventilated, shaded area. It should be kept in airtight containers. It should be placed directly in the sun for better vaporization. 24. Which of the following is an indicator that a propane appliance is malfunctioning? A. The appliance is making a loud noise. B. The flame color is yellow or orange instead of blue. C. The appliance uses more propane than usual. D. The appliance operates continuously without turning off. 25. Which of the following is the best method to prevent propane leaks in a home? A. Install a propane leak detector in the home. B. Use smaller propane cylinders for safety. C. Keep all propane appliances turned off when not in use. D. Always store propane tanks outside in a well-ventilated area. 26. What is the required pressure for propane to remain in a liquid state at 70 degrees Fahrenheit? A. 20 psi. B. 40 psi. C. 100 psi. D. 250 psi. 27. What is the first step in propane emergency response when a fire is detected? A. Evacuate the area and call emergency services. B. Use a fire extinguisher to put out the fire. C. Shut off all propane valves. D. Turn off all electrical systems. 28. How should the pressure relief valve of a propane tank be maintained? It should be checked annually and replaced if faulty. It should be lubricated monthly. C. It should be left unused to prevent malfunction. D. It should only be checked when the tank is completely empty. 29. What is the most significant risk when using propane indoors? A. Lack of ventilation, causing carbon monoxide buildup. B. Overheating the appliance. C. Propane tanks freezing. D. Tanks becoming too pressurized. 30. What should be done if a propane tank is dropped or damaged? A. Immediately attempt to repair the tank. B. Check for leaks and contact a professional if any are found. C. Leave the tank outdoors and wait for the pressure to decrease. E. Open the valve to release pressure slowly. 31. What is the most efficient method for disposing of a propane cylinder that is still partially full? A. Take it to a hazardous waste disposal center. B. Release the remaining gas into the air. C. Place it in a garbage bin for disposal. Store it in a garage for future use. 32. How can the energy output of propane be increased? A. By increasing the pressure of the propane in the system. B. By using a higher BTU-rated propane cylinder. C. By mixing propane with other gases. D. By using larger appliances. 33. What should be done when transporting propane cylinders in a vehicle? A. Ensure the cylinder is placed in an upright position and is secured. B. Place cylinders near the vehicle's exhaust system. C. Store propane cylinders in a sealed compartment with no ventilation. D. Carry propane cylinders with the valve open for safety.